What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about how my first successful business was a surprise. And I need to kind of go back and talk about some stuff that happened before I had my first successful business. I tried to start many businesses that just didn't seem to work out, just didn't really seem to do well. And then it was a surprise to me because I was still learning how to set up business. Now, what do I mean about that? Setting up a business, you need to have the right audience, the right product. You need to be set up a certain way. You need to have all of this stuff set up. And I was in the process of learning how to do all of that. And what happened was when this business opportunity came up to me, I jumped on it because I was like, hey, more money. I did not realize what was going to happen with this business. I had no clue because I was still in that process of learning how to get leads, learning how to sell, learning how to build, I was still learning. So what I was doing was selling brand new commercial office furniture. And the beginning kind of sucked. I wasn't really doing that well in the beginning. And then as we went on, I got better and better and better. And I was doing pretty good. And then I had this opportunity. So with this opportunity, I worked at Referrals, Panel Systems, Business Environments. Not too long ago, I was living in a room in a boarding house. So it wasn't, I still had pain. I still had fresh pain, the pain of living in a boarding house, the pain of doing stuff. So I still had that all up in my space, so to speak. So for me to go from that to Referrals, the Panel Systems, and Business Environments to start making a lot of money, I would say fairly quickly. I would say 18 months was fairly quickly to go from living in a boarding house to living and having a totally different lifestyle. It was quick, and I was thankful. I was really, really thankful. And then I set up my business, and I had a signed contract from the company, and we did everything, and I started selling their furniture. What I did is I went through my back catalog of customers I had talked to that I wasn't able to close the deal because what I felt was a pricing issue, and used furniture had a much better price. And I got into it and I started selling, and this is what really surprised me. I was selling more used furniture than I was selling new furniture because the price point, because I had figured out how to get in contact with people. I figured out how to set the appointments. I figured out a lot of stuff. And then this used furniture was like the perfect product. I was selling chairs, cubicles, offices. Now, what is an office? An office is a desk. It has a return and it has a hutch, or it may have a desk and it may have a back desk and a cabinet and all kinds of stuff I was selling. And I remember one evening, this was about 4 months in, I looked at the numbers and I was shocked. I was completely shocked because this was my business and it was successful, and it was a surprise because it seemed to be effortless. It was like, I didn't have to go out and learn anything. I didn't have to go out and do anything different. I just went out and started doing the things that I needed to do to make the business work and earn. And I was like completely shocked when I sat down and tallied up the numbers at 4 months. It was completely shocking because I was still in this system of learning. I was still in this system of learning how to do things, learning how to set things up. And what became a shock, now that I've had many years of experience, I shouldn't have been shocked, but I was shocked because I was brand new. And this was my first business that was successful after starting 5 businesses that all failed. So what can we take away from this? Number one, do something that you're already doing. This will open up many, many doors for you. And this is something that a lot of people don't want to do because they're sick and tired of doing what they're doing, and maybe they are overworked or burnout. I don't know. I wasn't in that situation because it was all still brand new to me. It was still relatively new. And I was able to come out and get in this situation and to start making a lot of money working. Now I was working a lot. I went from working about 45, 50 hours a week to working 75, 80 because I was working on the weekends. I was making calls. I was putting together the stuff. But the most important thing is this business actually worked and started bringing in money. I mean, I remember once we signed the contracts and I brought some customers in, I started making money 3 days after I started this business. 3 days. And my first check was like $10,000 in 3 days. And I was like, whoa, this is good. And I just tucked it into that business account because I had a job. So I didn't have any need to spend to touch that money because I wasn't desperate. And over time, it just got more and more surprising. So what we could take away from this is you should do something that you already know how to do. And that was the big key to why this business was successful. I was doing something that I already knew how to do. That was the big key. Very, 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 very eye-opening experience as I look back to why this business was successful and the things that I need to work on to be successful in the future. So it was a surprise, but it shouldn't have been a surprise because this is something that I was consistently doing. So hopefully you got something out of this, and a little later on this month, I'm gonna be doing something very, very different. So be looking out for that. I'm not ready to do it yet, so I'm not gonna do it now, but be on the lookout because that is coming. All right, so that's all I got for you guys today. I will see you in the next one.